There were sayings that deep focus earthquakes, which I explained in the previous video, has nothing to do with the Noto earthquake that happened on the New Year's Day of 2024. In other words, people question that the Noto earthquake was a shallow earthquake that occurred at the depth of less than 300 kilometers, so I would like to take a look at what that means. In fact, many earthquake swarms with a magnitude of around 5 were recorded around Noto Peninsula last year. Let's listen to volunteer scientists from the Creative Society explaining the causes of these earthquake swarms.
It is important to note that today we're unable to register all deep focus earthquakes. Sometimes we may not even see the source of the explosion itself, but we can observe its consequences, a series of small earthquakes, the so-called swarms, which occur when a cavitation explosion diverges tangentially in liquid magma.
The rise of magma is often accompanied by swarms of earthquakes, which have become very frequent recently. Some people believe that these earthquakes are caused by magma rising and break through the crust, but that's not really the case. Magma melts and burns its way through, forming new cavities in the crust. Magma moves not constantly, but in pulses. It circulates, now it rises and then it descends, and then magma descends, the pressure in the cavity drops. Furthermore, the overlying rocks have enormous pressure, causing them to close over cavity, thereby preventing magma by bursting through the surface. This is what we observe as earthquake swarms. Essentially, this is a compensatory mechanism that prevents magma from erupting completely. If not for this compensatory function of the crust, no eruption would stop and it would continue to erupt until magma chamber is completely empty. Then swarms of the earthquakes are registered closer to the surface. It means that the magma is already approaching this area. Therefore, the volcano is already preparing for eruption. And unfortunately, recently we have observed a huge number of such earthquake swarms in various parts of the world. For example, in Japan, on Mount Bandai on December 2022, a record earthquake swarm was registered, was a 786 tremor in just one day. This indicates that an eruption of this volcano is approaching as magma is already burning its way through. It's noteworthy that the last time this powerful volcano erupted about 12,000-year cycles ago.
Of course, as the Earth's core is warming, magma can rise even in places without volcanoes. The Noto Peninsula was one of those places. As a matter of fact, there will no longer be a safe place on Earth, and major disasters are no longer just someone else's problem. They can happen to anyone. Global solutions are needed now. As explained in the previous video, we must elucidate the unknown energy that pours down from space every 12,000 years that causes the warming of the Earth's inner core. To do so, the world and all human beings need to unite and work together as one. This is not the time to pursue the interests of one country or anything like that. While the possibility of extinction due to war has been eliminated, the threat of natural disasters is increasing day by day even as humans continue to fight each other. So what should we do? It is to establish a global public demand that this divided society is no longer needed and that we create a society where all humankind can be united. To do this, first of all, many people need to know and become aware of this truth. The first step is to spread the information as much as possible, which doesn't cost anything. It will be too late to wait for the agony of becoming victims of natural disasters. Take action before it's too late.